Okay, so all this will actually help you to secure a loan, on how to get a higher loan, stuff like this. So next will be refinance. Okay, so for refinancing, right, these are the three common reasons why customers are doing a refinance nowadays. So first is definitely secure a lower interest package. So with lower interest package, definitely customer can save quite a fair bit for their mortgage. Second will be additional term loan. So additional term loan is very common, especially in today's market. Okay, so later we'll touch a bit more on this. Third will be restructuring their loans. So restructuring their loan might be like changing from decoupling a loan, changing from 2M 2B to being sole borrower, so that another party can go out and buy another property. Okay, so first one will be actually benefit of refinancing with a lower interest. So I'm not sure whether you guys are aware, in 2018, actually the interest market was at one of the highest throughout the past 10 years. It hit approximately 2.3 to 2.4%. So now it's actually their time to do a refinance. So if let's say you have clients to do a refinance, you can always feel free to contact me. And in this table, it's just an illustration. If let's say what they are paying now approximately at 2.3% versus an interest of 1.38%. So if you compare these two tables, right, for the monthly installment, the difference is actually approximately $300 different per month. Okay, so for the total year one interest, installment, right, the total difference will be approximately 4,000, and the interest saving is actually 7,500 plus. So with this extra money, they can actually go and buy more stuff. You know what I mean? Because all these are actually bank interest. And just for information, currently we are offering interest rate that is lower than 1.38. So for floating, our effective interest is approximately 1%, and for fixed rate is approximately 1.1 to 1.2%. So if you guys have any plan, it's time to do their refinance, do feel free to contact Cunning and I. Okay, so second will be all these factors which client need to consider before they explore refinancing. So firstly, it's definitely about the interest packages which I share with you guys. Second and third is actually the penalty or clawback incurred. Penalty is whereby whether they are currently whether they are in their lock-in period, whether they have any penalty, let's say they will do a refinance out. If let's say they are still within their lock-in period, my advice to clients is try not to do a refinance, because it's usually not worth for them to do so. But if let's say they are coming to their end of the lock-in period, probably like 4 to 5 months or even 6 months beforehand, then yes, they can explore to do a refinance, because they will actually have to serve 3 months notice to their existing bank to do a refinance over. Lastly, subsidy clawback. So what is a subsidy clawback? Is actually, let's say, during their loan application previously, bank give them subsidies like cash rewards or legal subsidies or some voucher, stuff like this. So they need to check with their existing bank if let's say there's any of such. Usually the clawback period for such subsidies or grant, right, is actually 3 years. So it's best for them to do a check before they explore the refinance. Okay, so this next slide will be actually talking about equity term loan. So in layman, we actually call it cashing out. Okay, so some people will call it as a mortgage withdrawal loan, equity loan, home equity, fifth charge, term loan. Okay, so if let's say you have clients that wish to do a cash out, right, let me share with you how the mechanics works. Okay, so just for your information, for term loan, right, the monthly installment can be only serviced in cash, no CPF are allowed for the monthly servicing. Okay, so how it works is, okay, so if let's say today client have a fully paid property, approximately, we talk about the market value, approximately 1.2 million. Okay, so they can actually cash out 75% based on MES guideline. But of course, we have our own internal guideline as well. So if we talk about MES guideline, right, they can cash out 75% of the market value, which is 900,000, and this is subject to TDSR. So if let's say they have an outstanding housing loan with 200,000, how the calculation is, you take 1.2 million multiplied by 75% minus off the housing loan, and you have to minus off the CPF, that will be the eligible term loan. Okay, so if let's say client have an outstanding housing loan and they want to cash out on their another property, so the maximum loan to value is actually 45% only. Okay, so for OCBC, actually our strong point is to cash out on the unencumbered property and bring in a third party borrower. So the third party borrower doesn't have to be the owner of the property, and the maximum loan to value for such case is actually 50% and is TDSR exemptions, meaning clients still have to show servicing ability, but it can be more than 60% TDSR calculations. So next, I will pass the mic to Kai Ming, so he will continue to share with you guys about the next two topics.
Okay, thank you, Chung Hao. Thanks for sharing the first segment. Hi everyone, I'm Kai Ming from OCBC Premier Team 3. So, okay, basically what I would be sharing today would be just to run through generally what are the overseas property financing that we do for some of these countries. So if you are looking at the screen, right, there are these 4 countries that we are doing for overseas financing. Okay, mainly we will be doing towards Australia and London. But these two countries, you just have to take note that when you are doing this kind of overseas financing, you would have to check back with us because there are only a certain district that we can finance for Australia, London, New York, and Tokyo. So if you have clients that are coming from all these countries, or rather if they are in Singapore and they want to invest in this 4 particular country, you can always come and look for us and let us know whether is this particular development able to be financed or not by OCBC. Can? Okay. I will move forward to the next slide. So, okay, if you are looking at this slide, you can just take this slide as a reference in the future. I mean, if you can, try not to screenshot. Okay, so if you can, these are the location that we are doing. So London, Sydney, New York, and Tokyo. The borrower nationality mainly are usually, what we usually finance are citizens who are in Singapore or foreigners who are from their own country. Okay, and for the loan to value over here, if you are looking at this part, on the third column, the loan to value are usually up to 60% loan to value. So the thing is that because banks are trying to reduce they're trying to have the risk concentration risk towards this kind of countries. So we try not to do a 75% like in Singapore. So the max loan to value here we are looking at will be around 60%. Okay. For minimum loan for if they are drawing down in SGD, it will be according to this part, which is 300K minimally. All right. If they are drawing from their own currencies, then it will be 200K minimally. All right. So Great Britain pound will be 200K, AUD will be 200K, Australia, USD will be also 200K, and in Tokyo yen it will be 25 million. Okay, with regards to the rates, it will be somewhat close across the board. So interest rate for individuals, whether is it OCBC or UOB, most of the rates will be pegged to SIBOR or this benchmark called cost of funds. So cost of funds is basically the bank's internal rate, whereby we use this cost of funds plus a spread rate of around 2.75 to 3.75%. Okay, right. So I will move to the next slide. Okay, for this next slides, I think it is pretty beneficial for most of you because these are the eligible financial assets that we can look at when some of your high net worth clients, they are trying to get a loan in Singapore. Most of their funds are in asset terms and it's not in liquidity term. We can try to use all these kind of different methods to try to get them a loan in Singapore. So I believe you guys have already seen this slide before. This is the total debt servicing ratio, meaning to say what we do is that we will take the total income of every client, 60% of their total income minus off whatever debt obligation that they have. That would be the amount that would be the way that we assess their loan. So in terms of debt obligations, it will be in terms of credit cards, personal loans, any car loans, this kind are all factored into the debt obligation. So income types are whereby if a customer is employed, we take their basic income, we take their variable income, things like their performance bonus, variable bonus, all these are taken into consideration, even for rental. And for the next slide, we are talking about the eligible financial assets. Okay, so financial assets, the item from point 1 until point 7, these are the items that we can actually recognize for the financial assets. So the first one, I believe most of you are aware. So deposits in Singapore, we can use most of the deposits in Singapore. Things like fixed deposit, savings account, all these are considered as a deposit. Foreign currencies, this is whereby your customers, they have funds that are actually located elsewhere in other countries like USA, United Kingdom, Australia. We are able to use their funds in USD, Great Britain pound, Australian dollars, euro, Canadian dollars, and also New Zealand dollars. Okay, just take note that the funds, they need not be transferred to Singapore before the loan disbursement. So the funds can be still laying around overseas while we can release the loan over to the client. Can the third point would be generally unit trust, but for unit trust, you just have to take note that for this would be on our end. So Chong Hao and I will be checking whether the unit trust will be under this Security and Futures Act. If it's not under this part, right, then we would have to actually go to our credit to get an additional approval from there. All right. Point 4 and 5 would be structured deposits and also stocks. Point 6, this would be bonds in Singapore. Okay, for bonds in Singapore, what you have to note here is that for bonds in Singapore, it has to be recognized under a MAS certain panel. So we would have to actually assess also as well, whereby they have this kind of stocks and bonds, then we will recognize from there. And lastly, it will be gold. Okay, so I think with that, I would be ending my slides. I've got nothing much, but if you guys have any questions, right, you can screenshot this page lah, and then just let us know whether you have any questions, any kind of valuations that is very hard to match. I mean, in terms of the current market, I think most of the valuation is pretty hard to match. So if you can come to us. We will try to stretch our max for you. So just let us know. I will just hand over this back to Paul. All right.
Thank you, team. Thank you, OCBC team.
Thank you.
My personal experience with OCBC has been they have been very proactive. So you don't believe, you try to call them on Saturday night and Sunday night, they will pick up your call. Okay. But with that, I think thank you very much for your time. But in case the slide was too fast, please key in your numbers inside the group chat. So later on, we can just copy and paste and save it into our mobile phone. Okay. So with that, I will start our. Okay. By the way, what you're here for? Today is not a consumer seminar. Okay, what you're here for, by the way? Hey, by show of hands, what you're here for, my dear participant, my dear PropNet friends? What is today's lesson about? Can I have some from the PLS? PLS is yeah, Jason, brother, hello, Josebo. Hey, we need to close the lender soon, by the way. Okay, only Jason is here for PLS. The rest of y'all, what you're here for? Okay, by the way, I am very, very motivated this morning by Calvin Fong's talk. How many of you attended? Just put it in the chat group, me. Yeah, how many of you attended this morning's Calvin Fong's talk, his booster? I think his booster has been okay. Good. So far, so many people, only 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of you. The booster was very good, and I think, yeah, I personally have the experience to attend the boot camp with Calvin Fong, and if you all do have an opportunity to want to go for the virtual boot camp, in my experience, is uncompromising, although the physical one definitely is better. But in terms of connecting with people online through Zoom, I mean, no one does a better job than Kevin Fong putting all of us together. Okay, I'm one of them who can actually feel that his sincerity to want to help, and he does reach out to all of us, all the trainers here at PropNet, to really give our best to you all. Okay, by the way, you all may have heard that we don't get paid for this. Okay, we don't get paid for teaching you all what we have learned and to share everything selflessly. But I'm not here to claim credit. But what I really appreciate in return from all of you all is that whatever you all learn, you all apply, close the deal, and just let us know. I think that is one of the best encouragement that you all can give to the trainers here today. Okay, with that, can we have a 1 so that we are all ready to rock and roll and kickstart for this afternoon? Can I have a 1? Okay, no 1. Got 1. Okay, got 1. I will start. Okay, 1 is good enough. Okay, let me share my slides right now so that we will kick into the lesson proper. I do my very best. I wouldn't rush, but I will do my very best to end everything hopefully before 4 o'clock. If there's time, we will open up for Q&A so that you all can ask more questions. By the way, okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Paul. I am one of the power landed system trainer, and I've been dealing with landed properties for more than a decade, I can say so. Rest assured, whatever I share with you are things that I believe, things that I have done, and case studies that I have closed, so that you can have full trust and assure credibility in terms of what I'm going to share with you all today in terms of pricing mastery. So a little bit about me, just a little bit, 5-10 seconds, so that you see I started in 2008. So from there I started my first, I transacted my first MD. Why I laugh? Because the first deal was not easy, because after that a lot of problems. Really a lot of problems because I was inexperienced. I didn't know who to call and ask for advice. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't attend any landed training. I was almost sued by the buyer. So imagine 3 months into the industry, transacting a semi-D, and the buyer still want to sue me. The feeling not good, The feeling not good. But I want to assure you all, whatever we go through, the landed transactions may not be smooth, may not be super easy, but there will be easy one for sure. But one thing I can guarantee you, you won't be alone. Okay, as all the trainers here, our commitment to you is we will be available for you all to reach out if you all face any challenges that you all want to discuss. Okay, I think that's one of the support that I wish I had, and right now I'm very blessed that I have. So this one I don't want to talk too much. Okay, today training objective. There's a couple of objectives that I want to establish here today. As much as possible, I need you all to pay full attention, because the moment that you all pay full attention, I can assure you the absorption rate is there. So, and I also hope that you all can actively participate as well. No need to turn on your camera, but every time when I ask for something, if you all can just acknowledge inside the group chat, that will be greatly appreciated. So there will be new segments that we talk about unlocking your king. Why during this hot landed market season, in fact, the whole property market is hot. But if everything is hot, why are we not transacting so many properties as we deserve? And this is something that I need you all to fully understand as we go through today's segment. There is a lot of new slides that is not inside your notes. Okay, whether it is good or not good, I think it is good, because the last that we did up the slides, there's a lot of new market changes that has happened. So if you follow me through, I will bring you all through the volume is soft. Is it only my side? I don't know. You all have to tell me lah. If volume is too soft, then I have to talk louder lah. Correct or not? Is everyone okay or not? Let me know. I think visual is okay. I try to make it. Let me see. I try to make it louder. Like that. Hello. How is it? Good, huh? Okay, better. So I don't need to shout lah. I'm in a small confined room. I do my best, okay, to share as much. I wear jacket, someone very hot. Never mind. Okay, that one not important. Okay, so I move on. So perception and positioning equals pricing. Why we do not want to go directly into pricing? There's a very good example that I want to tell you first. Okay, why we do not go into any landed owners or even landed buyer to just tell them, okay, this is the kind of price that we are looking at in terms of, I've done the CMA along this area, the area transacted here, how much the land cost and how much is the building cost and so on. Wait. Whatever you all learn throughout these past lessons, okay, today is where you all put things together. Because ultimately, I believe every segment is important, but when it comes to pricing, if we cannot establish the kind of authority and positioning to create the right pricing, there cannot be closing. Okay, I repeat, closing is very important, especially when it comes to pricing. So why am I sharing all these slides with you all? It's because from time to time over the past years, in fact, I miss all of you all like in person, you know, the kind of experience seeing hundreds over people. And I think you all also feel the same, right? Having friends on your left and right, front and back, then seeing the trainer in front, then you all can all look forward in the same direction, going through the slide, raising hands. All these seem so far away that like last time we used to do that together. But that was the experience when we did it at the HDB Hub. I was sharing one of the accomplishments that I have for that past year in 2014, and sharing what are the secrets to success, not in terms of how good I am, but what are the things that work for me so that I can share with you all what can work for you all. So I do have a strong team that we put together as well, because today, if let's say if you are the owner, or today I know some of you are staying in landed properties and own a few bungalows, correct or not? Okay, those who own a few bungalows, please type 1. Okay, I know usually y'all won't type because you don't want to let people know you stay in landed property. Okay, but the fact that if today any of the clients are engaged us, they do know that they have a team of champions, award winners, producers to guide them on this journey, so that they not only have one, but they have a few agents that's on their side to help them market their property. So of course, over the past few years as well, why I keep going for lessons and why I keep training people, I go for training and I train people, is the reason is because training is my passion. Why is it my passion? It's because every time when I train a particular subject, I get better in that particular subject. And for you guys, every time you attend or re-attend a subject and you answer questions along the way, you only get better. And why do we want to get better? Is because we want to improve ourselves to better serve our clients, correct or not? Right? If you understand this concept, this attitude of learning to give, please put a thumbs up so that I know I'm speaking to the right audience here who are here, ready, eager to learn, so that you all take something, apply something, and immediately go and help your clients create value in this fast-moving landed market. Okay, can I have a thumbs up? A few more thumbs up from you all? Good. Okay, one thumb is all I need to keep moving on. So okay, later on, take a screenshot. There is a Singapore Landed Property Home Facebook page that y'all can add on. Why I want y'all to add is because there are a few webinars that I've conducted, Facebook Live that I've conducted, that may be very beneficial for you if you want to continue to share with your clients and ask them to engage you as your PropNex agent. So I wouldn't have any contact number there, so rest assured. So usually what we do is I realize there is a lack of landed consumer seminar in the market, and sometimes I do this Facebook Live, I do landed talks and webinars to educate the public, and I also invite PropNex agents to feel free to share and attend. And you can use this link to also help you build credibility to send to your clients. If not, take a few pointers here and there and send it to your clients to connect with them. Okay, with that, I think this is as much as I can give you. And also, I also throw out flyers to clients. So usually I'll ask them, okay, bring along a flyer that, okay, have you received this flyer? And after that, I will do a telemarketing to follow up with them. And this slide here is very important because I also want you all to have a slide similar like this. Okay, probably not like what I have, but you can create your own CMA. So what is CMA? The CMA is that today, okay, I'm assuming that I am talking to you all as landed owners. Okay, so owner, let me share with you the experience I have. By the way, one of the toughest ones was the one in the center. You saw that one we sold on floor plan number 4. Let me see, this is number what? Bauman, 14A Bauman Garden. It was sold on floor plan and the buyers couldn't visualize what they are buying. They don't even know how big is the window. So after 1 week of following up with them and going through the floor plan and bringing them on site, we managed to close the deal. And another challenging one, which I will share also, is the one at the bottom left. That is the number 2 Jalan Limau Nipis. There were a total of 9 agents that were co-marketing together with this, although the owner didn't believe in exclusive. But of course, end of the day, when I got the buyer and I eventually pushed and got the price that he wanted, the owner was very happy and awarded my commission. So there's also, these are all personal stories that I personally transacted, so that I believe your case is not unique, owner, because I believe your case is somehow similar to the one that I did on the top left, which is number 14 Burnfoot Terrace. This is a 2.5-story rebuilt home, and the land is sitting on close to 1,007, and the build up is approximate about 3,002. So these kind of units are very popular in the market. In fact, buyers who doesn't want too big of a land, they love the kind of build up, they will love to come and view your property. And that is where right now in the market, these properties are highly sought after. And I believe I can help you to try to push as much as possible a good price for you so that we can proceed to help you on your landed asset progression. Okay, I speak slower. Okay, at this point of time, I want you all to pause. Whatever I'm sharing with you right now as landed owners, I want you all to create the kind of perception, okay, that today I am speaking with authority. I have information that I prepared to share with you how much I know about the market. Okay, you realize I am not talking to you about the pricing yet, because in order to talk about the pricing, first, you have to create the right perception of them for you to them. So when you create the kind of right perception to them, okay, then I will ask the owner this question. Have you heard about landed asset progression? Okay, first I want to ask y'all are owners right now. Okay, owners, eventually y'all will own your landed property. Okay, but have y'all heard about landed asset progression? Y'all heard asset progression, right? But you have heard about landed asset progression, let me know. Yes, type in the group chat. Yes, no, just say no. Okay, if nobody type, then I don't talk. Then I move on. Okay, very simple. No. Don't have. Landed asset progression, you all heard, right? Definitely. I think we all PropNation have heard asset progression, but landed asset progression don't have. Okay, that's where I will share with you what is landed asset progression. Okay, are you all interested? Well, you attend before, no count. Okay, so if you're interested, I can move on. I will share with you what landed asset progression is. In fact, right now I'm speaking to you, you all are owners. So that's where I also want to create curiosity. Okay, but of course, anytime when you all Google your dream home, in Google, every time, anytime, is always landed property. Okay, Cannot run it. It's all landed home. I mean, sorry to say lah, when you Google Singapore Dream Home, unlikely $1 million HDB will pop up lah. Unlikely lah. Yeah, but so far I've done is all landed property. So landed is something that is very close to everybody's heart. So owner, I believe that today you're staying in the landed. I don't know about you, but I want to ask you, when you have sold your property, have you thought about upgrading to a bigger one? Is there a dream home that you eventually want to acquire as part of your end game? Because today, I believe, let's say you're staying in the terrace, very comfortable. Semi-D is also very comfortable with ample land, but have you thought about anything bigger than that? That is where I will propose and position myself as someone who is a landed consultant. Okay, landed consultant. I also tell them, okay, this is for buyer. By the way, this one is for buyer. I'm mixing some of the slides here and there because I realize right now in this market, it is also equally important to position ourselves, not only to owner, but also to buyer. So when I talk to buyer, I will let them know, okay, what do all these high net worth individuals have in mind? I tell you, they only have one thing in mind. They all own landed properties. And today, I want to share with you more. Later on, I will tell you the story also of how you can just sell chair and stay in the GCB. Sell chairs and stay in the GCB. Okay. Later, I'll share with you the news article. So I also have a lot of news article later on that I want to share with you all on a link in the folder. So for those who are keen and passionate really about closing landed, make your next 4 months $500,000. Okay, let's stay until the end. Please pay attention, stay until the end. I will give you all the slides that access to all my 2019, 2020, 2021 archive of news article relating to landed properties. Of course, along the way, I'm also telling you, buyer, today if you don't buy, when do you want to buy for landed? Because I do have information that says that, you see, the last quarter has already increased by 6.7%, just landed alone. And overall private is only 2.5, and it's not a lot, I would say, but it is still a gradual, it's still an increase. But why landed the sudden jump? Let me tell you the reason why landed the sudden jump and so much more than private properties. Okay, of course, along the way, I will be telling buyers along the way, if you ask me questions like, Paul, landed keep going up there, but the question is landed, what goes up will come down. That is a property cycle, correct or not? So eventually, the property I buy, my landed properties, eventually they will also drop. Right now, it's at an all-time high. Why should I buy right now? I'm still looking around, see any fire sale. You all can heard this now, fire sale. Tell you, okay, I'm not here to argue. Remember this, my dear friends, we are not here to argue. Okay, the reason why they are talking to us is because they haven't bought something. So that's the good thing. Okay, but they are talking to us to state their point of view why they haven't buy. That's also a good thing, how we can slowly handle their objections. Okay, I love you all to take photos of this slide because I'm inside, but I will give you all the slide later on. So just pay attention with me. Okay, if you want to take picture with me, see me in person next time. Okay, come to my office 11:15 HDB Hub. Then I'll sit down, buy coffee with you all. We can talk landed as much as you all want. Okay, the reason why I show this resilience is because since the cooling measure that came in after 2010, 2011, landed properties were the first one to appreciate and stay there for a long time. But there's a dip, Paul, you look at that, there's a dip. I think you see, long-term cooling measure, this is the overall private and landed trend. Okay, I'm not here to tell you the market is good or not good. I'm here to show you the trend. Even cooling measure that came in after that, government's regulation is only to control that it appreciates gradually. That's the whole purpose of cooling measure. It's never to crash the market when ministers, they all own private and landed. It is never in their interest. Okay, anyway, it doesn't do any good when a property market crashes. Okay, so you can be assured, I take the full confidence in the Singapore property market, and especially landed, continue to be resilient. And in fact, as it continues to appreciate, there is a dip at one point of time in 2016, 2017, and I need you all to know how to handle this objection. Okay, listen, my dear friends, this is important because right now, as we are talking to either buyer or seller, we need to let them know the details why we think landed property is resilient. Okay, especially to buyer, it is resilient. To homeowners, we will be talking about landed asset progression. Because the fact that if they don't have a dream, they are comfortable staying in their landed. And that's where we cannot do landed asset progression. We cannot unlock their king. Okay, this slide is for buyers who think that landed has dipped during 2016, 2017. In fact, if you have my slides, I'm sure you all do, you can show them this dip was only happened when there was a demand for strata landed properties. And for strata landed properties to be transacted, they all fall under landed as well. But the per square foot is based on the build. That is why the PSF is so low. But over the past just less than a year, you realize when the strong demand for strata landed has stopped, the landed trend continue to recover back and pick up to steady growth. Okay, this is where we need to answer this question, because eventually since 2013 onward, it has been very, very resilient, very strong in terms of the landed sector. So right now, this is taken from the Singapore statistics. How many percent? Okay, immediately you can see. Okay, don't make a guess, don't go and Google anywhere else. Find out your statistics from Singapore statistics. Okay, and landed properties consist of only 5%, condo is 16%, the rest of them you do your maths. Okay, I need you all to have these figures so that when you all present all these figures, you affirm yourself as an authority. Okay, looking at this number, all these later on I will send you all by slides. If you all want to use it tonight, take a picture quite now quickly, because you see the increase of properties over the past years. Government keeps wanting to produce more residential properties for sure. So for the past 10 years, I'm not looking at 20, past 10 years, they increased by 19% overall. Okay, total 19% total. But condominium, you see, 66%. Condo continue to increase. Why? Because condo can be smaller, can be more in the mega development. You look at this right now, Normanton Park, you look at Treasure, they are all mega size development, thousands of units. Okay, and I love all these units because they are very good to sell. Okay, but the very fact that is, if there are clients who are only fixed on landed, there's nothing to wait there. Because why? There is no increase. You look at for the past 10 years, they increased only by mere 5%. And I don't know how this 5% come from. One thing, they could be 99 years strata landed being released, bigger bungalows being subdivided, and nothing else. Nothing else. Because government don't release freehold landed site for review. No, don't have. So what are buyers waiting for? Nothing. So whatever they see in the market today is what they have. So I need you all to understand these statistics to convince yourself that if you don't buy landed now, when? Okay, all these that I'm sharing right now, they are all bringing us to place ourselves in a position of authority, so that when we have placed our I'll go on. Okay, I will go on. The reason, there's also a reason why I share the PropNet convention, I do training and so on. All this is not for fun. Every slide comes with an objective and a reason. So that is why you keep asking your sometimes of these, some of the agents on the ground, I do feel your pain. Why? Because I was like that. When I meet seller, I talk about the CMA, I try to build rapport with them, I talk about the market. They didn't even get my name. I hope you all don't have to go through that, because to waste an hour or 1.5 hours of presentation to not create any impact or impression on the clients, I think it's good that we can self-reflect. Okay, but today, right now, I'm empowering you all as many slides as possible that you all can use, or you all can customize it to your own style, so that when you build enough credibility to your clients, you want them to ask you the magic question. So Kelvin, so Kenny, so Yong Ho, what is the price that you advise? Okay, you advise. Okay, this heat map here is to, okay, I don't talk about heat map. You all can play around with the heat map. Usually I'll use this to anchor down clients who are looking all over Singapore, but to tell them which area has the most potential and highest volume transaction. Okay, that's where I anchor them down. Otherwise, they look all over Singapore, or anywhere that's near MRT, I'm okay. Wow, die. I tell you, serve until you die. So use the heat map to anchor down locations. Then after that, it's easier for you to serve them as a buyer. No, you serve them as a buyer agent. So I need you all to have all this information, because all this positioning, all this information, that when customers ask you about the west sun orientation, does it get hot during the March or February season? You let them know that yes, it does, although your house right now is facing more towards the southwest. So during earlier part of the year, it doesn't get so hot because the path of the sun, it moves. So these are little things that you want to build relationship with clients, to let them know that you are a landed authority. You have all this information because you are very experienced in dealing with lenders, because they do look at people with experience. I tell you, look at how Andy did his training. Andy did his training, his slides, everything, all the awards, all put inside. I really respect that man. He taught me a lot of things. And he only tell me one thing, Paul, you don't build your credibility, the clients, those high net worth $1 million clients sitting on landed, they wouldn't even want to listen to you. So, but having said that, okay, I know so many new agents who put in their hard work, open up their heart to connect with clients, do homework to prepare, have successfully closed many deals already. Okay, one of them is Insight. Okay, they have successfully closed many deals. So I believe the next landed champion is here inside this training right now. Okay, so you have to give yourself a bit more confidence when you have more materials in your hand. So please, later on, I'll share with you a slide also what you all need to prepare when you all go and meet owners. Okay, so very simple. From today onwards, I need you all to position yourself as the authority. When the client asks you what is the right pricing, you have to be firm to tell them what the right pricing. And later on, I will share with you all a case study, how you step by step can advise clients what is the right price to sell. Okay, so everybody following me, is my pace too fast, too slow, just nice? Okay, just let me know if it's all good. I'm waiting for response in the group chat to move on. Just nice. Okay, only one people is good enough for me to keep moving forward, right? Okay, because sometimes you all need is only that one. Okay, ready to write down this one? Perception, positioning, and now you build the trust. So now that you have the trust, we are ready to talk about pricing. Okay, this is also important. This is what I used to do. I always make jokes with my buyers that today I think we have a big problem, right? We are one of the top 5% and we cannot find a lender. So you see that the income gap is so significant for detached. But in order to enter that, I think it's very blessed, for those who own a terrace today, their income is at least close to $500,000. So that is why agents are encouraged you all every year go and make $500,000 so that you all can buy a landed and be the top 5%. Which kind of job can let you all make this kind of money? I tell you, I was an engineer. I tell you, even I work OT, never go home. For 10 years, I cannot even have this kind of income. 10 years also don't have. Okay, so I'm very blessed to be. I'm 13 years in the industry. So having said that, 7 years as an engineer, so you roughly know my age. That one is not important. Okay, these are all articles that you all can use to encourage buyer, to let them know there is a shortage of supply. And more importantly, also, if they want to look for clients on the resale market to sell, only when. Buyer, I ask you this question today. If let's say I need to find more properties for you when they are out in the market. So because I've been talking to a lot of owners, I know most of them, they do not have an urgent need for sale. Okay, so they ask me this question, Paul, you want me to sell? Okay, what is the difference between me keeping these properties to sell now or to sell 5 years later? Because landed freehold in this good location eventually keep appreciating. Isn't that true? So why would any owners want to sell cheap? And having said that, most of the owners right now, those who have transacted. Those who have not sold, those first time or second time home owners, landed home owners, they have already fully paid. They have already appreciated more than 100% or even 200% of their landed asset, landed asset. The question is, why would they have an urgent need to sell? So that's why I ask you, buyer, what if 3 months, 6 months down the road, we still cannot find the right property? Are you okay? Buyer, what if 3 months later or 6 months later, then we find the right property, but the price is 6.7% more based on the last quarter? Are you okay? So we have to be very educational when it comes to educating buyers, because a lot of buyers right now, they see the market for pandemic, they thought they come in, they want to buy a bungalow for 3 million. Not easy. Okay, not easy. I would say not easy. Singapore don't have. Okay. But the fact that they are speaking to us is because they haven't bought anything. So why not we give them a chance to educate them? Hopefully, at least we educate them. Maybe got 2 or 3 who can drill into their skull. Then at least we can create some kind of relationship with them to help them move forward on their landed asset progression. So this is also this is the landed asset progression seminar that I did online. For those who are keen, you can go to my YouTube and watch this 1 hour plus seminar. But I talk more about the asset progression in general. But this part, generational wealth planning, is more for landed asset progression. Okay, for example, for those who have who have already landed, you want to upgrade to your location, or for those who want to pass down their wealth to the next generation, thinking that landed next time is really going to be unaffordable. They want to buy something right now under their children name, park under trustees. So these are all topics that we can equip ourselves to build conversation with homeowners who have no idea why they should sell. So once they have some strong reason to sell, for example, legacy planning, a house so big like the recent one, the corner terrace that I sold. So I moved her to an integrated development at Bedok Residence. So that is the story I tell them. You have the convenience, you have a easier place to manage, and you have 1 million plus, close to 1.5 million of reserve cash to help your son who is buying a bigger house, and the rest you should use it for your retirement. Then you don't have to wake up every morning, go and clean your garden. You don't have to climb up and down to take care of the house that you don't even live in, some of the rooms. These are stories you need to create with homeowners for them to accept and progress their landed asset. Okay, so you can use all these slides, some of the pointers. Use my slide to talk to clients. Okay, so when you run out of topic, you know these are some of the topics you can connect with them. Okay, and eventually when we go down to the, okay, this part here, I need you all to just be aware based on my experience, because as we are right now equipped with informations and slides how to talk to landed owner, and now we have also news articles, a portion of news article. There's more news articles, okay, to talk to landed buyers. Most importantly is to create urgency and create need. Landed owner, why should they sell, right? And landed buyer, why should they buy now? Because now that we have create urgency, we also need to invest our time on the right people. So for example, today a terrace house, who are typically the people buying? I share my experience. I'm not saying that these are only the group of people who buys. Okay, landed, usually they are upgraders from HDB to from HDB or condo, they jump into a landed, possible. Okay, HDB to condo to landed, possible also. Or either downgraders, they want to move to a terrace house. Okay, these are the people. So for semi-D wise, my experience is mostly they are also landed upgraders. Or some of them right now, in fact, some of them, they really have a lot of liquidity. They immediately jump from condo to a semi-D. Also have. Okay, of course, for terrace house, usually my experience is more for landed upgrader. Landed upgrader, see, landed asset progression, that's where we help them upgrade their landed asset. Okay, to encash their terrace or semi-D and move to a detached house. Okay, this one I want to ask you all this question. Some of you answered this question before, never mind, no problem. Okay, this Link bungalow that I sold at Jalan Limau Nipis, semi-D, price is 5.2 million. This buyer took up only a 30% loan. So can you all take out your handphone right now and calculate 5.2 million? That means how much cash he need to put up. By the way, he doesn't have CPF. He doesn't have CPF, this guy, because he has been working overseas, so he doesn't have CPF. So imagine 5.2 million. You take 5.2 million, my dear friends. 70% cash. How much is that? Can I have some numbers inside the group chat? Very fast, 3.64. 3.64, good. Good. Whoever came up with the answer, tonight you all will have closing. Okay, confirm. Tonight you all have closing. Okay, for those who are still calculating, you all will have closing also coming. Okay. But the more important question is, who is this upgrader and where he stay? Make a guess. Is he a landed upgrader? Is he a condo upgrader? Or is he a HDB upgrader? Or is he a first-time home buyer? Think. Come, make some guess. Is it a HDB upgrader, first-timer, or is it a landed upgrader or condo upgrader? Think. Oh, Robin, now I know you got 3 million in your bank. Okay, now I know. Okay, so I better make friends with you right now. What? Downgrader. Possible, because the house fully paid, right? House fully paid. They got money already. Then he just downgrade to a $5 million semi-D. Possible. En bloc also possible, but that, okay, this unit I sold it about three years back. So 3 years back, that time the en bloc people not so hot. 3-4 years back, the en bloc people not so hot yet. So also possible. But let me tell you all the answer to move on. Okay. Davian got the right answer. Stay in Tampines. 要不要看不起 Tampines 的人 I used to stay in Tampines also, okay? Tampines HDB upgrader immediately jumped to a 5.2 semi-D, taking only 30% loan with 3.6 million down payment and paid ABSD. The purpose that I want to tell you all this is because if we want to commit ourselves to serving landed, do not judge the buyers. Okay, I'm not telling you don't qualify them. Okay, but never judge them. He came in a Toyota car. Okay, I asked him where he stay. I see the HDB sticker there. Initially, I'm like, don't waste time. Okay, but you know what? Since I'm here, he's a nice man. Mr. Cole is a very nice man. We spoken and we talked, but this deal was not easy. This deal was not easy. Same thing. Almost cannot close also. Almost. Okay. But anyway, that one not important. Later, if you all got time, you all know me in person, I'll share with you all more so-called landed horror stories. Okay, not say horror landed owners, sometimes you must know that they have. You see okay, can I have take 1 minute to share a quick landed story? You see landed, the fact that today landed owners they are staying in the landed, and usually they are in their 40s, maybe 50s, and I can assure you, you are not the first agent that they speak to. Okay, so having said that, what makes us think whatever we said other agents have not mentioned before? So there could be a few reasons. One, there could be reasons that he have so-called sacked a lot of agents, or he just doesn't trust agent, or they find every agent all one kind. Everyone wants to so-called sell their house and make their money. I mean, nothing wrong with that. This is our profession. But how we create the kind of relationship with them in the first place and build the kind of authority that we can be the one. We are the one. Remember, we are the one to advise them and to help them encash. No one else. If they want to engage someone else, they engage through us because we have CHOP system. That's why we have a team of agents to help us also. Okay, so we have to be very sure and stable in the sense that we are not going to be the first agent that speaks to them. So eliminate all this kind of how I'm going to market your house and so on. All this really not so necessary at this point in time during the initial contact. The first contact is always, remember, when you're going to advise them on the pricing mastery, you have to create the position and the perception first. Okay, this is a disclaimer I share with you all. So I really hope that you all can prepare yourself well enough before you all go and meet the landed owners. But of course, just like me, 2008 at the time, go out there, almost cannot sue. It's a very good learning experience also. Okay, but today you have a lot of support. We have a lot of agents here, a lot of trainers here to open up our phone lines to help you. We are always available by a call if you all need to talk to us. So this one is helpful, compiled by my friend. Or by the way, don't have 2 million already. If I quick look based on the TDSR, what is the kind of loan amount and what is the kind of tenure that you are looking at in terms of the income? Because the lender buyer may not tell you their income. So from there, you can use this chart. You look at him and say, so sir, Mr. Ong, you are buying this $4 million on a terrace. So we're looking at your age, a tenure of 25 years. Are you comfortable with this? Is your loan comfortable? Considering that if you want to declare income of 25,000, so you look at their response. Okay, sometimes they will tell you, sometimes they won't. But usually when we use a chart like this, it's easier for them to connect with us. Okay, all these charts you all can use. Keep inside your phone. Okay, the concept of landed pricing, once again, I would like to share with you all right now. The concept is really very different right now because landed market has changed a lot. In the past, used to be when the quantum is higher, the per square foot is lower. It's not exactly true right now. Okay, right now, the more important thing is really the quantum. The quantum is very important. Today, per square foot is not as important. You know, those people they are looking at per square foot lightly they are landed. They are landed up. I won't say landed upgraded. They are landed owners changing landed. They are not those kind of condo or HDB upgrader, because HDB and condo upgrader right now they should be aware and we should educate them that is no longer about the per square foot anymore. Right now anyway, MacPherson landed 1,003 square feet per square foot, 2,000 plus 2.7 2.8 million sold. Okay, nobody is so concerned about the per square foot anymore. As long as the quantum is attractive, I can afford it, move. That's how the landed market is. So please, my dear friends, okay, we position ourselves as authority, but don't say things that I mean, don't talk too much sometimes. If they are not particular about the per square foot, we don't have to over advise them. In fact, later on, nearing to the end of this training, I will have a small segment to share with you all how to better serve landed buyer. Okay, very little trainers actually share this on how to better serve landed buyer. If you all are keen, just put inside the group chat one, then I will just keep moving forward so that I share more exciting things with you all at the end. Okay, thank you, Robin. Robin and Jason only. Good, 2 people. Good enough. Okay, the concept, one thing I need to let you all know also. Okay, right now you all have this slide. You all just need to write down. The smaller detached house versus a bigger semi-D. Which one's supposed to be more expensive? Okay, I repeat. Smaller detached house versus a bigger semi-D. Which one's supposed to be more expensive? Versus another smaller semi-D versus a larger corner terrace. So which one's supposed to be more expensive in the eye of the consumer right now? Okay. Many people would believe, let me share with you this. This is what I experienced on the ground. Many people would believe the prestige level between a detached and a semi-D is very different. Okay, I wouldn't dispute that. But having said that, right now, semi-D versus a larger corner terrace, what do you think? Status different, corner terrace versus terrace versus semi-D. Okay, as I speak right now on the ground, over this PLS was designed 2.5 years back. Things have changed a lot. My experience on the ground right now, corner terrace and semi-D, both price sensitive. If the price about the same and the corner terrace is bigger, people go for the bigger one. Why? Because there's a genuine need for space. People still go for corner terrace that's bigger versus a smaller semi-D. Okay, that's what people go for. Of course, we are looking at the same kind of quantum. So my recommendation to you all is this: educate consumers on the ground. Okay, because why I'm telling you this is because if they die one semi-D, you cannot find, you cannot close. So you need to let them know that corner terrace is just as good. Because it's true on the ground that right now consumers, they don't mind to take. Like my good buddy recently has been searching high and low for semi-D. End up, he bought a large corner terrace. Very happy, 4,000 square feet. In fact, earlier on, he was looking at a 3,000 plus semi-D. And the agent was so, I didn't serve because that one, my good friend, I let him find on his own. Don't ask me why. He's not easy to serve. But anyway, I tried my best already. So he was initially looking for only semi-D 3,000 plus, and end up, you see, he buy a 4,000 plus square feet corner terrace. So this only show one thing. Okay, the right agent, the smart agent knows how to open up their options. In fact, they are also, thank you Val for so many input, really appreciate that. In fact, there are many agents right now, as they are homeowners looking for terrace, they end up going close a 4 or 5 bedroom Florence. Okay, nothing wrong with that. I tell you, as an agent today, I'm here to teach you all landed pricing mastery. I'm also telling you all, be flexible. This market is moving. The transaction will happen with or without you. So be there when it happens. And if possible, be there again when it happens again. Okay, that is what I advocate, because me as a landed trainer, I do a lot of trainings also on new launch and also resale. That is why I'm in this position to really advise you all. You have to be well versed in a few things so that you can know how to be there when the transaction happens. Okay, so end of the day, I just end off this slide. How do bankers and valuers estimate the valuation? By the way, it's all really based on estimate. Okay, if there's any price that you give to the banks, first thing first, I'll teach you how to do valuation. First thing first, if you want to know the kind of neutral valuation of the property, just send them the basic property address. Usually, okay, our bankers, OCBC here also, please go and flood their phone call, go and send them whatever property you have, ask them to do valuation for you. Keep them busy. Bankers love to be busy. Okay, that's our job. Okay, when they are busy, they close deal, we are happy also with them together. Then we get a referral. So coming back to valuation, my advice is to you, you send them a text first on all the specification of the property, and usually bankers will ask you to how much they're asking. Don't tell them how much they're asking. You ask them to do a valuation first to have an indication of how much the property is worth. Okay, from there you know how much the property is worth neutrally, not to ask them to push up the valuation. Then from there you can use it to educate your homeowners. Later on, I'll share you the case study. Okay, with that, of course, most landed homes, by the way, for those who are, I see quite a lot of new faces in today's training. So can I have a conclusion that most of you are rather new agents when it comes to landed property, right? Rather new. Yes, maybe let me know in the group chat. You're new, you're not new. Let me know. I think most of you are quite new because I haven't see you all around. Okay, no problem. New is good. New is good. New is where you all learn more things. I also new agent. Okay, today is a new day. I learn new things. So valuation, as I mentioned earlier, you all go and do a neutral one. Then after you all do a screenshot tablet together, then you all use it for your presentation, which I'll show you all right now. Okay, the pricing, who makes the right pricing? You make the right pricing. That's what I want to share. Write down inside your notes, you, Y-O-U, you. Because you are the one who's going to find a buyer. And you are the one who's going to close the buyer. So you are the one who makes the right pricing. Okay, this is a very fast concept that I want to share with you quickly. Okay, by the way, let me see. Okay, good. This is something that I need you all to learn. This is how I close this Terang Bulan Avenue. So okay, make a guess. Make a guess. Does the triangular plot versus a regular plot affect the valuation? I ask you all, does it affect, yes or no? Does the shape of the plot affect the valuation? Okay, yes. Say you ask me why. Why? No, I don't know why. But I will tell you why I ask this question. Okay, I'm just teasing you. Okay, be surprised. There are bankers. There are banks who came back with same valuation for different plots. That means today, let's say both of them are 2,006 square feet. But one is triangular plot, one is a rectangular plot. There are banks who come back with similar valuation. Okay, why? Okay, the shape affects the buyer's offer, but the shape does not affect the valuation. Okay, having said that, do you see an opportunity, my dear friends? It's just like this, it's just like condos. West facing versus south facing. Sometimes they come back with the same valuation. You all agree or not? But it affects buyer's offer, but it does not affect the valuation if they are the same size. You all notice that? Okay, so having said that, how can we use this to our advantage? Okay, this is something that you all don't learn outside. This one you all really need to pay attention. Because you all cannot jam with a triangular plot, what you're going to do? Okay, first thing first, triangular plot, you need to let the owners know triangular plots, usually there's a discount off the per square foot because buyers, they need to see the functionality of the land. Okay, you need to educate the owners. So today, this Terang Bulan Avenue was valued at between around 3 million plus minus. Okay, I managed to let the owner know that your property is worth at least 2.8. At least 2.8. Okay, listen, at least 2.8. Not, yes, valuation, I can stretch all the way to 3.1, even 3.2. But buyers likely would offer 2.6 to 2.8 because of the irregular plot of land, triangular. Make sense? Okay, write down notes as I speak. Okay, because you write down notes, you'll close more deal. The last time I also write a lot of notes, but okay, now I never write. Now I write down on my iPad. So now with this conversation, you go to the buyer. You let the buyer know, buyer, this property right now is worth 3.2 million. Why is it worth so much? Because the bank has already evaluated the land size. Bank value landed property based on land size, and I can assure you, I can even pass you the banker contact, is worth 3.2. What if I tell you today the owner is willing to let go at 300,000 discount? You want to buy or not? 300,000 discount off a landed property freehold right now. 300,000. In fact, this discount, you all know that you all can use it to refi and take money out for renovation. Okay, OCBC banker, take note. Yeah. Yes, you can. You can use it as a term loan to refinance. And after that, use it for your own liquidity, whether to do your renovation. By right, buy property cannot. To do whatever you all want. Okay, based on the mortgage rate. Okay, this is something you all need to learn. Because triangular plot and regular plot, this is how you can influence buyer, influence owner to tell them buyer don't see value in the triangular plot. You have to give them a bit of discount. This one, every landowner agree on. And buyer, they don't see the value in this triangular plot. You let them know there is monetary value in this piece of land because the valuation, as I given you, is already 300,000 more than what I can close for you today. In fact, if you want, I can even try 2.8, but I'm not sure. Okay, you see where I'm going, my dear friends? Good or not? Okay, this one, learn. This one must learn because don't say no. Don't say no to equity loan, correct? Equity loan or term loan, they have a few names for it. Of course, it's pegged at the same mortgage interest rate, which is very attractive. Yeah, but you must do it after that. It's a refinance. It's not the first time you evaluate at the high price because today I sold at 2.8. Then after that, 6 months later, you do a refi at 3.2. Okay? Yeah, I'm not talking about this one. This one, you all need to go and attend PST. Okay, so, okay, landed house, of course, there are some consideration, but then again, I don't want to stick too much to the slide. because over time right now in this market, whether they are facing temper, whether you are power station, cross junction, in my opinion, people just buy because the price is right. Because there's nothing much to buy. Okay, but of course you have to be very, today if you are landed agent serving buyer, you have to be very ethical. You have to let them know the pros and cons, okay, of facing this kind of unique features. And of course, landed properties, in my experience, the proximity to supermarket and MRT is not really very enticing. Okay, because today I'm going to stay in a semi-D that's going to be like 6,000, 7,000, 8 square feet. Probably the MRT not so important to me. Yeah. And the location wise, I also want to share a quick story of the Sotong story. For those who have heard it, bear with me. For those who have not heard it, I think it's very important. Okay. I ask you all this question. Today you all got a property at Jalan Sotong. How you sell? The buyer asks you, where is this address? What you all tell them is at the Sotong location. Hello, friend, my friends. You all got a property now at Jalan Sotong. The buyer asks you, hello agent, where is this property located? May I know? Maybe your advertisement didn't put Jalan Sotong. You all put District 15. District 15 Freehold Terrace. What will you all say? Where is the address? Where you all say? What you all say? Don't dare to say, right? Okay, how we close it? Of course, we told him to meet at the junction of St. Patrick. Then, of course, as the day approaches, I told them to turn into Jalan Sotong. Okay, so when they viewed the property, he liked it. And I told him, Paul, I'm not so sure about this Jalan Sotong address. I said, buyer, this is St. Patrick. First thing first, we need to understand, looking at the heat map, District 15 is one of the highly sought after location. Why? Because of the transactions that is always evergreen. It is close to the beach and there's a lot of prestigious good stools and eateries. That's why District 15 cannot go wrong. And furthermore, right now, you're looking at an area where it's as prestige as Katong, St. Patrick, East Coast location. Why not? Of course, I keep emphasizing St. Patrick, Katong, St. Patrick, East Coast. Okay, close. Okay, I don't want to talk about Sotong anymore. There's nothing you can do to change the name. Okay, of course, the name does play a part. Like our boss here trying to sell this Budok bungalow for for some time, but eventually he got it sold. I really give him the respect, boss Bray. Yeah, because this Budok bungalow was not easy to sell at that point of time when I took up the listing a few years back. Because for $8 million, people wouldn't want to stay in Budok. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Budok. I love Budok and I have a lot of friends in Budok. Okay. But for those who are staying in Budok, please don't be offended. Okay, Budok is a very nice place. However, it is not the ideal location when a buyer have $8 million. They would rather buy somewhere else rather than buying in Budok. So our boss, very clever, also managed to slash the price until 6+ million, then sold. At the time I tried to slash, cannot slash, my knife not sharp enough. That's why I came to the conclusion at that point of time, the price was too high for this location. But right now, this market, I tell you, if the land size is good, the price is right, move already. Okay, so I really don't want to tell you all what can be done, what cannot be done. Just want to tell you all, just go for it. Okay, just write it down. Okay, creating value for landed property. You just put down subdivide, that's the first one. That means you take a piece of land, you cut into 2 or 3. And potential for A and A, you write down additions and alterations. You can write down redevelop. Redevelop into a new house. Or you can do this, what you call that? Rebuild. Rebuild as well. You can put rebuild. Oh, sorry, recon. Sorry, for the first one is reconstruction. The last, sorry, I keep forgetting. Oh, no, sorry. The last one, keep structure, is recon. That means you keep the structure, you reconstruct the whole house. More than 60% reconstruct. Okay, the second one, the bungalow, is redevelop. Okay, you redevelop a bungalow into 2 semi-D. Right? What I have later on, I'll share with you. I got a pair of semi-D for you all to go and talk to your clients. Okay, later on, I'll give you all this listing so that you all can start taking action also. And the first one is, what I call it? Rebuild. Okay, very simple, rebuild. Because rebuild right now, the cost is very different already, by the way. Rebuild cost right now, last time, a lot of people say averagely around 300 to 400 per square foot can do. My reckon is about 500, close to 500, 400 to 500 per square foot per rebuild. Okay, so the construction cost has gone up. Why? Because the minister said so. Okay, I will have articles to support also. Okay, conscious of time. Yes, we can finish by 4 o'clock, hopefully, everything. So the last part, you just write there, how do you position yourself as a landed authority? Don't say fake it, say practice till you make it. Okay, by the way, try to be more, try to speak slower and be more sincere to landed owners. because they are very humble people. Some of them, most of them, I know they are humble people. So the more we try to pretend that we know a lot of things, in fact we don't, I think it doesn't build the credibility. Potential A and A, Dinah. Yeah, that's your question. Thank you for asking. Okay, so practice till you make it. Do have figures and slides in mind. Okay, we are not here to come up with our own conclusion. We are here to share with them facts. Okay, by the way, there's one thing that every landed owners don't know, is that we are agents. By the way, we are the agents who talk to buyers and sellers every day. So although they have 10, 20, 50 million in their bank, it doesn't make them an authority. They might be rich in their own respect, but we are the agents who are going to help them transact the deal. So this one, bear in mind. Why I share this with you? Because I feel very small. In my early years when I talk to lender owner, I talk until I don't know what I'm talking. Then I just learn to keep quiet. Then they talk. Then they say, young man, go and learn a few more things first before you even want to take my listing. Well, I tell you that ego shattered, man. My Mitsubishi Lancer that time I parked very far away. I hope the owner don't see my car. Then I walk out. Wow, then the owner say, so where you park your car? I say, I'm further down. Why you don't want to park here? Long story. Okay, that was then. Okay, right now I got a bigger car, but doesn't prove anything also. Every time I drive bigger car, I realize I meet the owner, their car also bigger, so no use. Okay, just be confident, be yourself. Okay, I believe owners who are sincere, they know how to recognize an agent who is sincere out there to help them. Okay, with that, you have a pool of support of landed agents and trainers to support you on this journey. Okay, with that, okay, this one quickly, I do a calculation. The land value, all my slides need to revamp because market really changed a lot. The land right now, let's say it's 1,007 square feet. You multiply by, let's say in district, let's say I use D15, D15, you put about 1,003. 1,003 land, very practical. Okay, you use 1,003, you multiply it by 1,007. Easily, the land is about 2.2, but nobody's going to sell their land for 2.2 million right now. Okay, so you need to include the house. If the house condition is generally well done, okay, but it's like maybe a couple of years, maybe 5 years already, you put maybe about 300 per square foot. 300 per square foot, let's say for the build. Build means the house itself are 2 stories, probably 2005. So total you will have 750. Okay, 750 plus 2.2 million. Approximately a terrace house, 2 stories in District 15 right now, if you can find, should price around 2.95 million, the correct price. But right now, what you see in the market is easily 3.5, asking. Okay, this I hope can give you an idea and understanding that the strategy of pricing a landed property belongs to a balance of science and art. When I say science, means maths. When I say art, means how are you going to present the property that the buyer have a stronger perceived value. It also belongs to how are you going to position yourself with a higher perceived value so that the client trusts you in the first place also. Because I make the mistake of advising them too early without building authority first. So that's why our lesson is 2 hours long. Otherwise, pricing I can finish in 15 minutes. Okay, so far all with me. Is my pace okay? Let me know that you're still staying awake. Try to put toothpick into your eye because the next half an hour will be more detailed and exciting. Okay, nobody reply me. That's it. Okay, I need to play some techno music to wake you up. Should I play some techno music? Okay, nobody saying it. Noted means don't play. Okay, good. No need. Okay. Good. Thank you. I play the techno music is from the 80s one. I'm sure you all pull out your earplug. Okay, a bit too fast. I do my best. I slow things down. I love feedback. Okay. Okay, so this one right now, I need you all to do some positioning as well. So let's say we look at some of the bare land. Okay, bare land right now you multiply the per square foot and the layout of the land. Okay, so supposedly the land is regular. So I don't want to say layout of the land. So for triangular land, usually we will minus off a 5%. Okay, but let's say we use this as a regular land. Regular land per square foot, just now I mentioned about 1,003. 1,003. We multiply by, let's say just now the same example, 1,007. So the land is about 2.2 million. But if let's say the land has a long driveway or even odd shape, okay, 2,002 is, okay, I don't use that because terrace house usually are quite regular. Let's say I'm using a corner terrace of 3,000 square feet, okay? 3,000 square feet, I multiply by land, let's say per square foot, 1,003. Okay, you easily get about 3.9. 3.9 just for the land without calculating the house. Okay, 3.9. Okay, but if he has a long driveway and an odd shape, okay, so we minus off, okay, let's say a 5% discount. So end up become 3.7. Okay, you need to show this to let buyer know how the owners come out with this kind of price. Okay, so supposing it's triangular shape 3.7. Then we look at the age of the property. Okay, the age of the property itself, maybe the last renovated was about maybe 9 years ago, or maybe just say 10 years. 10 years, how do you get land bare per square foot? I use the cheapest land per square foot of the district to calculate. So you can have go into the caveat, let's say district 15 or 16. You go to the one of the cheaper per square foot that has been transacted over the past 3 months or 6 months. You use that per square foot 3 months, cannot years. Really, I like to use years, but the market is moving very fast. So I would say just use the past 3 to 6 months. Okay? Then you calculate the cheapest one. But some of them, those super cheap one, how you answer them, I can only tell you they could be a family transaction. Some of them even like 800, 700 per square foot. Like what? What? Usually they are family transactions. They are passed down from family to a family. Usually the IRAs will canal. But they know how to handle that one. We will tell them, we will tell owners that these are all family, these are all internal transactions that's not even reported in the market. So let's look at a fair, let's not look at outlier. Let's look at the average land per square foot. Then you got to go into Google Map also to see. You see this one bought at 1,003 per square foot. This one clearly is a single story house. That's why the land is this kind of size. So you need the Google Map to see the actual house itself to justify how you come up with that price. Okay, so you back to the property. Let's say the property right now for corner terrace is about 3-story. 3-story. Okay, the land, as I mentioned, is about 3,000 right just now, but it's a triangular land. For triangular land, usually you can only use about 50%. 50% of the sitting area. So it's about 1,005. 1,005 you multiply by 2.5. So the build up is about 3,007. Okay, for 3,007, for example, 3,007, how much are you going to evaluate the house? 10 years old renovation. Okay, give and take, I give it a 200 per square foot. So 750,000 for the house itself. Okay, for the house. So you plus just now how much? 3.7 million, right? So that corner terrace right now, let's say in District 15, 3,000 square feet, triangular land with 2.5-story built, 10 years renovation, freehold, probably would cost you about 4.4 million. Right now, you go and Google in the Property Guru, you see all corner terrace asking all above 4 million. Okay, that's how we came about. I think what has increased is land, the land 1,003. Last time during the last few batch, I used this calculation as about 1,001. So imagine a few batch later, 1,003 already. Scarly, end of the year next week, you all come out, we take 1,005. Okay lah, no emotion lah. It is the market is what it is lah. But for those waiting to acquire your landed lah, 卖土了, go for it. Just now I show you all the Singapore stats. The increase is so little only. Government don't release any more freehold land some more. Okay. And by the way, my slide is wrong again. Valuer report also increased price is about $800, not 600. Valuer's report will include those. I think Andy got give you all the contact. I also use Joyce from the United Valuer, right? He got give you or not? Andy got give you or not? Don't have. Later I give you all. Okay. This one is for owners who wants to have an official valuation. Then you can get the official valuer come in, they take picture, then they do calculation, they give you a proper formal report. That one will cost you about $800 for terrace. I think semi-D and bungalow more expensive, 1,000. Okay. So from here, the last part I want to add on is that the fact that I have helped to create a little bit more value. Let's say 3.7 million. No, that's 4.4 million. Okay, your one is Balinese style, modern, is well kept some more. Auto valuation only came back about 4.2, 4.3. Okay, with that, I think we can factor in a 5 to 10% goodwill. Why? Because the house is well kept. Let's say 4.4 million, I plus another 5%. Okay, 4.6 million. Asking, we can try. Okay, the fact that it is nice. Okay, that's where we can tell the buyers why we come up with this price, because the house is generally still very well kept. In fact, if you give this information to the valuer and tell them the property has been renovated for more than 10 years, unlikely they will take the renovation into consideration. But having said that, if your house is a Balinese style, because Balinese style is a style that ages with time, it becomes more beautiful. And especially if you have garden and greens, it becomes more lush. It brings a stronger character to the landed property itself. How do you evaluate character? So my dear friends, this is an art itself of how you bring up the perceived value of the landed home. In fact, those who added a lift as well, and if the house is well kept, all this you can just add in a little bit more value. 5% 就好. Okay, 5% is enough, okay, for you to get a higher offer from the buyer. Okay, so I hope I'm not going too fast, because all this I'm recapping from all my experience that I have on the ground. I don't want to go into something that is too far off, because market really changed already. I keep repeating. Okay, learn today, apply today. Okay, the next lesson I'll come up with new things. As I sell more landed, okay, then I get more experience, then I'll share with you new things. Okay, this one is the recent case study. This year, I don't want to use old one. Old one, then later you all boo me. Oh, Paul, old case study. Okay, this one, this year sold one. This corner terrace. Okay, nice or not? You all think nice or not? Okay, actually, no need to ask you all, because sold already. Okay, nice also no use. Nice now, you also cannot ask the owner to sell. Still got 3 year SSD. Actually, wait. If the market has increased 6.7%, maybe second year can sell. Okay, let's look at this. This is extracted from SRX. So what we did was we used the neighbor's number. Let me shift myself. On the left here, we see some of the values. Okay, the closest one that we got, the SRX listing, was at East Coast, because that area was a Joo place. We didn't find anything on a similar street, because for landed properties, usually you wouldn't find exactly the same competitor, same size, same design on the same street. So we tried to find a bit more of the proximity, 1K, 2K or more. So we managed to find something along East Coast Road. The per square foot was about 1,004. And yep, that was the sale listing. So the other one, we also look at the quantum. See, I say quantum, there's another one at Carmel Road. Okay, asking for about, this is asking about 3.8 plus million. That was early on this year. I transacted. Okay, so this is what I share with the owner. So when I share with them, I did a valuation. Okay, from UOB, OCBC. OCBC still our preferred partner. Are they still here? Not, I don't want to keep talking about them. Okay, never mind. OCBC really still my preferred partner. They are very responsive. They came back with valuation, as I mentioned just now. I share with you all. Give them neutral valuation. Let them know the build, the size, and the age of the property, and the land size, address. That's it. They don't ask them to match any price. So they come back with a range. Okay, pay attention, my dear friends. Now is the time you all need to pay attention. Just now, never mind. Now, pay attention. When you get 3 bankers, remember to always give a range. Okay, give a range. The whole idea, landed properties will always have a valuation range. Always remember this. And the range usually, in my opinion, a couple of 100,000 difference. Okay? They go by percentage. If you're handling with GCB, of course, a few million difference possible. So when we did the SRX report, okay, a lot of people will beg to differ. Say SRX Beijun. Okay, SRX not here. I would say SRX not accurate. The very fact that SRX valuate landed property, as I mentioned today, now that all of you learn from this lesson, landed valuation is an art and science. So using science to valuate the property is not accurate, but it is a good indication for buyer to feel whether they are overpaying or not. Okay, am I going too fast? I need to go fast because this is important. I need to put in more energy also. So is it okay that my pace that I'm explaining this right now to you all? It's not inside your slide, so I need you all to pay attention. Is everything okay? Okay, good, thank you. Because there was once I did training, then after 10 minutes into the thing, I already lock off already. I don't know. I talk to myself. Never mind, all of you are friends, so it's okay. So you see, when we did the SRX, we let this is now I'm talking to the owner. So Primas is another independent valuer that came back with 3.4 million. So these are the valuation range, owner. Okay, comfortably, minimum a 3.3 already, but of course, I'm not going to sell your property at 3.3. I think it's a bit too low. Okay, of course, the highest range being 3.7. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we can work out on. So eventually, we did the caveat. We want to use more stronger caveat to evaluate. Okay, let me make my head smaller. You look at the left, top left. Normal terrace, Carmen Street, I'm using all these all under District 15 freehold corner terrace because I want to use CT and CT to compare. There was one inter terrace inside, is because the quantum was generally higher. That's why we added in. Because buyers today, if their budget is within this range, probably they will also look at a few range, whether it is worthwhile for them to look at a bigger terrace or not. Okay, so we are putting all this in all within, quite similar to the range of quantum that buyers are looking to buy. And we come up with an average per square foot of 1,004 for the past season and an average quantum of around 3.6 million. So this is compiled by my partner, my lender partner, Francis. So when we did all this, remember, we are putting all the pictures of the unit that has been transacted. It's important. Why? Because I think you all would have known by now, because why landed properties, their caveats are so different is because the condition of the house is different. It brings a different value to the house. So that's why we added on pictures. And thank God for technology, we can all do it very easily using Google Map right now. So when we compile all this, okay, Mr. Owner, right now our recommended price is between 3.3 to 3.6. Of course, today, if you want me to try for you, we can try to market at 3.6. Okay, our commission is 2% plus GST. Okay, if you want video, we will have to top up another 0.5%. Okay, that's why we present ourselves. So with that, we started our marketing. So we did video, we did home staging, not home staging, we did home repair. Means we top up a bit of money together with the owner, co-share with the owner to paint up the place, touch up some areas on the exterior and the interior, decluttered the garden as well before we put up for presentation. Anyway, you all look at it quite chill, right? The house was sold within 2 months. Quite chill. In this market, I think 2 is scouting. But the house not so nice lah. Initially, when we first came in, usually it's like that. Okay, so now I want to ask you the golden question, golden one. How much did we sell the house for? Make a guess. Whoever guessed correctly, come and claim your price from me at 11:15 next time I buy you coffee. Okay? Make a guess. How much did we eventually sell the house for? Come, put inside the group chat. I drink some water. I see a lot of numbers. Keep the numbers coming in. Wow, Jason, steady. Oh, Dylan, steady are you? Okay, okay. Disclaimer, earlier this year, January, February, not now. Now the market, yes, I believe can fall. Earlier this year, January, February. But never mind, I will still buy your coffee. But you all must bring a landed listing for us to talk. Okay. By the way, I also partner with some Propnex agent. We partner together to do landed together. And we sell together. Okay, I tell you the answer. How come my video gone? The answer is 3.4 million. Okay, 3.4 million. So clap. Nobody clap. Not happy. You all think I sell at a high price. Agents, my job is to sell. It's not to always get a high price for owners. Remember this. The moment that we have already conditioned them, the lowest they could go to is 3.3. We already know that anything above 3.3 can close already. Of course, I want to get higher for them, but my job is to sell fast. Okay, if the owner is ready to let go at 3.4, why do I tell him no and wait for 3.6 or 3.7? My dear friend, this market is fast. Okay, why I keep saying that? Because I lost a lot of deals because I want to get another 100,000 more for my owner. My owner sold at a lower price that I could get him. Whose fault? Whose fault? Agent's fault. My fault. But don't worry. My fault becomes an experience for you to not make that fault. So when your offer come in already, my dear friend, close. Tomorrow offer, tomorrow story. Today offer, this is the offer. Okay? Thank you, Claire, for your clap. Because at least it was sold. Okay? Owner very happy, by the way. 2%, very happy. Give. Okay, so I really need you all to learn this. Okay, a quick recap. To have all this information in hand, how you make the seller accept. When we were talking to the seller, we already know at 3.3 he wouldn't sell. So I asked him, what is the comfortable range you are willing to let go? He said, at least give me 3.5. At least give me 3.5. So let's say if anything close to 3.5, he said he will consider. Then we know where we are. Then I say I will market for you at 3.6. Make sense? Okay, I think you're getting it. Okay, I think you're getting it. Most important close that I didn't make the seller accept because he was ready to accept already. Okay, it's just that I never gave me. That's all. Okay, our agent's job is to close deal. Okay, remember this slide. This will help you close many deals. Okay, because the fact that I see you all put so high figures, I'm also very happy for you all because you're very optimistic. But optimistic can be an opportunity lost. Remember this. Okay, if the offer come in 3.3, will you all close or not? 3.3, will you all close or not? Don't know. Thinking. Yes lah, but only want to close or not? No. Try lah, I tell you, try. Okay, got problem? Got problem? Call us. Okay, call your helpline. Okay, free one. Call. We help you think out of the box to see how we can. I won't say stage. Don't say staging. We don't do staging anymore already. Now we call this conditioning. Conditioning and preparing the owner. Okay, same thing. Okay, we move on. Let's move on. Okay, thank you for your participation as well. This one is a good comparison. For me, I would like to use these charts for home buyers, especially those who want to buy land. I strongly discourage you all to go and find land for your buyer. Okay, why? Because land very difficult to find, one thing. Second thing is you have to bid with developer. Developer, they don't mind to pay more to buy that land. So if you are trying to help your buyer buy land, if he's not a developer, I tell you, very difficult to find. Very difficult. Okay, they can miss out a lot of opportunity. But of course, you say that, no use, man. You say that buyers still, some stubborn ones still want to buy land and rebuild. But you tell them, okay, so between these right now, I just want to share with you, buyer, the pros and cons of buying a brand new resale and land. So you let them know this. And usually I will tell them more, land also very difficult. There's a lot of time and effort spent to build the house, construction delay as well. There's a lot of hidden costs along the way that you may accumulate. So that's very dangerous if you do not have extra $500,000 to spare. And in fact, also very difficult to find the right land also because developers are bidding against us. It's not the competitor. It's not that I don't want to find, because developer today, your land is 2.5 million. They offer 2.7. They close it. Are you ready to pay 200,000 more above valuation for that land? Because why developer can do that? Because their construction cost is cheaper. So I would focus my buyers to push them more towards new or resale. So that is where there's more supply in the market for us to close. Okay? So this is my advice. You want to listen, up to you. Don't want to listen, good luck. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a longer journey. It's a uphill journey where you carry a heavy bag without water bottle. Very tiring. Okay, I've tried that already. I didn't manage to find any. So for those who want to find that, continue. Good luck to you. Still call us if you all face any challenges, okay? Okay, demonstrate. Of course, lender appreciation, demonstrate. Use chart to demonstrate. A lot of lender owners, a lot of lender agents, I realize, they are very competent at selling. Selling lender, getting listings, selling lender. But I tell you, when it comes to presentation, we have to elevate ourselves, because today, if just merely selling a property through presentation is not enough. Presentation means you're telling them this is double volume ceiling, the acoustic is very nice, the master room is huge enough, you can even put 2 king size bed. All this, every salesperson says that. But as an advisor, lender asset progression advisor, we have to use chart. Use chart to show, to let buyers see over the years it has appreciated. Okay, private property has appreciated 100%, and in fact, if you buy something today, then it could have doubled. That means you buy one, buy one get two, buy one get one free. But this one is buy one get one, buy one get 1.5 free for landed properties, especially since 2006 until now. You can see the appreciation 170%. I think this today we are talking about the past, but the past is a reflection of how the future is going to be like. Right now, we are in 2021. My friends, I ask you, 2030 landed prices, how much? How much? I ask you, terrace house, terrace house. How much? Who can say it? I tell you. Think. You think 3 million can buy? Quiet. And usually at this point, I will go for my bottom bid. Ask you, 2030, the landed price, how much? Nobody want to tell me. Guess Actually, I also don't want to guess. I'm also working very hard. Okay, I'm working very hard, coming from every day, stress me. Go and make your million, go and make a million. But I've seen it, people who have closed a titanium, closed 2 super platinum in 2 months, 3 months. I've seen it in person, and they are all born by father, mother. That means they are all human. The human can do it, we can do it, okay? My dear friends, I continue to encourage you. And landed is a sector where there is a possibility that your commission can be instant platinum, okay? And I have listing data to give you all to become instant platinum, okay? For those who want it, type me. Okay, if they don't want it, you can leave the group chat. No, kidding, Good. You type me, then you got more deal coming in. Let the energy come in, okay? Or use all these slides, by the way. I'll send you all these slides so that you all can talk to the owner. Okay, this one, make sure you all wear something like the guy on the right, so that you all look like a feng shui master to advise on feng shui. Okay, don't do that, please don't do that. Just kidding. Okay, feng shui thing I never advise, but I only know how I feel good about the house when I see one. I just tell them the energy of the house is good, and I believe that buyers also feel good about the energy of the house. That's it. Okay, I don't advise them anything about the feng shui. In fact, almost every time I want to fight with the feng shui master. Okay, super pet. Okay, sorry, I say super pet. I update my slide already. Super pet. Okay, well, thank you. So a lot of things you prepare later on, I'll share with you all. Like the URA space, you all need to have on your iPad. the inspector and e-lito. If you all don't have, I would suggest you all go and subscribe to the HProp and HProp and Square Foot. They come in the package of only 200 plus per year. I'll show you how powerful it is that you all can use it to impress your clients. You see, HProp, the street view, you street view one by one. Imagine, let's say today, this is my house. I don't want to tell you, show my house, okay? I can immediately see how much my neighbor is transacted on the same street itself. Okay, Pavilion Circle is my house, the street name. So immediately I can see 221, I can see 222, I can see 223, how much they buy, when they buy, why they buy, I don't know lah. Okay, on the whole street. So for owners who are staying on the same street, you can just use HProp Street View to key in the address, the whole stretch that has been transacted in after the year 1998. You can see their caveats all there. So this is something to impress, and usually we'll do that to connect with the homeowner, because every owner wants to know how much their neighbors have. I tell you, 100%. Because landed owner very lonely and they don't have much neighbors. So their neighbor is only the left and right, or the one in front and back, that's all. Okay, they don't have upstairs, downstairs. So they are very curious about their neighbor. Okay, trust me, I know that. Yeah, good neighbor makes a good environment. Bad neighbor, okay, don't talk about that. Okay, this one Street View, you can get it from HProp. Another one is also the inspector. You can see, okay, zoom in, my dear friend, zoom in, see. You see the land plot, you can easily see the dimension of the setback and the frontage. 22 meter, the side frontage, 22. The back, the rear setback is 14. And the side next to the inter-terrace is 23 meter. So it also shows you immediately when you key in the Mukim number of the lot, the plot ratio, it also shows there. Land area that is linked to SLA, so it's very accurate. But of course, always double check with the in-list before you all release the option. And also it gives you the latest sales of when it was bought and transacted at how much. So we use this to build relationship with owner, at the same time also to let buyer know this is the history of the land. And for the house that has been rebuilt, usually there will be a caveat that says that it was rebuilt and erected when, by which architect, it will also be stated there. Okay, so all this for $200 per year. You divide that by 12. You close a landed, a platinum. You close a few landed, get super plat. Worth more than that lah, my dear friends. Please, this is minimum requirement. I cannot urge you all more to get this HProp and Square Foot together, please. Okay, go and get that. Okay, if you all don't get that, don't come and find me. Okay, go and get that. Very important. It is also very useful for your condo planning. Okay, I wouldn't talk too much about this one because of time. But end of the day, I just want to share a summary on this. Okay, how I managed to sell this land and got my instant platinum was that. Okay, it's not about how good I am. I tell you, this land, I think I was lucky, but there was a little small thing that I did right. A little small thing, and I really need you all to pay attention. Okay, I'm sweating in a non-aircon room. Give me a while. Okay, good. Because I wear jacket. Okay, next time, must tell the trainer no need to wear jacket, right? Can you write feedback? Say, trainers no need to wear jacket. Okay, work at home, Zoom. So what happened was this land at Jalan Dermawan, which we developed into a pair of semi-D and a bungalow, which I'll share with you all more. The previous agent was putting a lot of effort to market this land. Hear me out. What she was doing was, she was posting on newspaper, she put banner, she repost almost 2 times, 3 times a week on Property Guru. Why I know? Because the owner tell me so. Okay, and when she finally got an offer, I believe at that point of time was about 8.6. Yep. The owners rejected. And after that, guess what? She worked very hard for close to 6 months. 8.6 offer rejected. Like owner die 1 8.8. You demoralized or not? If I am her, I will be very demoralized. Okay, I will stop working on this property, and she doesn't even know why the owner rejected. So when I came into the picture, I hear that story, I a bit sian already. I was like, oh yeah, this one, how to do? You already rejected 8.8 already, but I don't want to look at the 8.8. I want to ask them, why are you selling the land? Who will eventually share the profit with? And why are you so angry at your father? In fact, the father passed on already, by the way. When I propped more questions, I realized the father had 2 wives. Okay, nothing wrong. Not saying nothing wrong with 2 wives. 2 wives is 2 wives lah. Okay. The children couldn't get along, and when the children couldn't get along, nobody would agree to sell. And when the agent was barking up the wrong tree, they only work on one of the family, not the second wife. And when I came into the picture and I worked on the second wife, eventually I managed to build relationship with close to 13 owners. We got a deal. The offer was lower than 8.6. Yeah, and we got a deal. And after that, the owner passed away. So I always bring up this story is because I would still like to believe that when you have a passion for properties, especially landed properties, there's a story. There's always a story behind every property. And put the people above property. I think that is where we as PropNections never fail to do. To always put in the hard work to connect and to put the people above the property. That's where we see this plot of land more than just a transaction. Yeah, in fact, I was a bit shocked when we heard that the property was exercised and the debt passed on, because it was something that he was holding on for life, that he know that the children couldn't agree. Yeah, so imagine that the gentleman, yeah, he will be blessed in heaven. So the kind of experience being torn apart, and finally when he can sell, everyone was in agreement to share the profit equally. They move on. Yeah, and I get my reward, of course, after that. So I hope you all can get something out of this story. The purpose I want to share this story is always to remember, put the people above the property. That is where you will always win the deal. Okay. So, okay, this is the plot of land. I redevelop it. Okay, I'll share with you all more details later on. So these are some of the articles that I want to share with you all, to use it to convince owners also. Like the number of weeks on the market. Eventually, when the first few weeks, buyers are always very excited on the ground. They come in, they see your property, but don't be surprised after the first 2, 3, 4 weeks or the second month, the viewership will drop. This is very normal for any listing in the market. So you let them see. These are all research done. Okay, all research done for marketing properties online. Okay, so this one I use it to share with okay, this one I need to talk because I put all the newspaper article inside the folder already. But GCB game, I tell you, is very different. For those who happen to transact GCB, I tell you, I'm very blessed to be able to market a GCB and almost sold it. 卖不到, never mind, 没有缘, try again, okay? Try again, almost, I was very close. Okay, in fact, the GCB buyers are today, they are out here to outbid each other, man. I tell you, very funny. So it's not about talking cheap. As long as you can manage to stroke their ego, you can close the deal. Let's put it this way, my dear friends. Listen, who really needs a 10,000 square feet house? Who? There's a saying, there's a saying, you want to look at how big the man ego is, you look at the size of his house. Yeah. So when you know that they are out here for their ego play, or they want to elevate their business because of the prestige of their address, I mean, they don't want to tell their friend they are staying in the Sotong house, right? It's all about the prestige when you are dealing with landed properties. So it's important also, don't be over conscious about the per square foot, because eventually you see the article, people want to set a higher so that I show my business competitor that I bought a more expensive bungalow. Okay, construction costs continue to go up, not said by me, as I said, Lawrence Wong said so. So imagine the future price. If you see how you buy land and rebuild, eventually it's going to cost more also. So might as well you buy those brand new one that's ready, that developers have already bought. I factor in all the price. Okay, this is the slide that I want to stay here for a while, because I always use this to also affirm the condo buyers as well. If today all these high net worth individuals, all the CEO, they are all snapping up bungalows like nobody business, is there something that they know that we don't know? Or let's put it this way, do they see more confidence in Singapore landed properties than we do? Because I always believe the higher net worth individuals, they have a strategy for their wealth. They have a goal that they have in mind. They have a dream, which is to own a landed for sure. Okay? They know how to manage their asset, and that's where they choose only the best property. And when we are talking about the best, okay, Dyson, why did he buy the penthouse, buy the GCB, eventually sold all the penthouse? I'm not saying penthouse is not good, but I have much more confidence in land, Singapore land itself, especially when it is already so limited. So today you have clients who are looking to buy landed. It is a zero-brainer. not to buy now when they find the right unit. And we as an agent, that's where we need to use all these articles to create urgency for them. And we are not talking about buyer. We are looking at 5 million, below 10 million properties. These CEOs, they buy 40, 15 million GCB bungalows. Just like that. And I'm very sure and confident in the years to come, their profit is going to be very attractive because there is no more new GCB ever in Singapore. Okay, so we put all these articles together. For those who want to use small articles to talk, it is much more convincing because today, whether they want to accuse the article, they want to challenge the article or not, I say, look, end of the day is the whole public buys into newspaper. It's not you or me. If buyers all see this, we will have competitor buyer. That is why this market, a lot of buyers, especially when SPA writes something, it stirs the heart of consumers on the ground. And it is very, very good for us. Why? Because when there is news, then there's transaction. We as an agent must remember this one thing, my dear friends. We as an agent, whether the market go up or down, we bother about the transaction. That's more important. Good times, people want to buy. Bad time, people want to sell. That's very important. So always be there when the transaction happens. Okay. Landed property, especially when it happens, I think we are very happy. Okay, because the quantum usually is bigger. Okay, but there is a skill. There is a skill to ask for higher commission, 2%, 2.5. There is a skill. But first, not mentioning the skill, you have to believe. Okay, let me share with you one simple tip. Just one simple tip. How to ask for minimum 2% commission. You all want to hear now? Okay, the one, never mind. We share the next thing. Okay, because there's nothing. No one. Okay, Robin, I PM you later. Okay. The 2% commission is not for me. It's not for me. Because today, can I say that every buyer right now in the market, they have co-bro agent. And in order to encourage more co-bro agent to come and view our unit, to make sure that their buyer pay the best price for us, we need to take care of the co-bro agent. And I think the co-bro agent, they work hard on the ground. They deserve their 1% com. And I'm okay. I'm more than happy to just take my 1%. That's why I need a minimum 2. Okay, I mean, if you want to give 1, there's nothing wrong. But I just do want to take care of the agent more so that we bring in more qualified buyers to push a higher price for you. So of course, hey, then it means direct means 1%. No lah, Mr. Owner, let me do my work. Okay, I also have partners that I'm working with. Okay, but end of the day, don't pay me a single cent if I don't get you the offer that you want. Okay? Then you proceed to put in the work. In my opinion, put in the work, sign the exclusive form. If they want to sign, never mind. Put in the work, come back and ask them to sign again next time. No harm, keep asking. Keep asking until they sign. Until they don't sign, don't focus on the exclusive, my dear friend. Focus on closing. Like my good friend yesterday was doing his sharing. He closed a landed deal in 45 minutes. Not because of viewing. He got the buyer, he meet the owner, he talk for half an hour, he bring the buyer in, 15 minutes, see offer. That's how the landed market works. So don't focus on the exclusive. They focus on the closing. This is how the market is moving by closing. Okay, 2% not difficult. Okay, you use my script, 70% of time they will give you more than 1%. Okay, and landed we deserve our com as well because it's not easy work. One presentation easily half an hour, 45 minutes one. You all know. And most landed owners, by the way, most landed agents are slim. Okay, so for those who are looking to work out, come and do landed. In time to come, you will slim down. Okay, but those landed agents who are not slim, because they have made a lot of money from landed already, so that's why they are not slim. Okay, I'm not talking about my fellow trainers. Most of them are quite fit. Okay, except a few, never mind. Okay, don't talk about him. Later he scold me. Okay, so I want to end this lesson, but I still have another 5-10 minutes of bonus segment that I want to share with you all. That's why I'm going at this pace. So one thing I need you all to know that with higher labor costs, one thing, higher material costs, with recovery ongoing, inflation, and there's lesser supply of freehold land, my dear friends, how will the price of freehold landed be in 10 years later? Same or higher? Your key in the group chat. And we can end. Yeah, Jason, vote like MP, I know. Yeah, always give your flyer, vote for me. Hey, you all say higher. Okay? I need you all to touch your heart now, really, to believe that it's going higher. Then because today, the fact that you already believe that the landed prices is going higher, we don't have to talk too much to buy it. We walk from that conviction to ask them to acquire something fast. It is very important because really, if they don't buy something this season, they might not be able to afford it. Okay, but never mind, still can swing to other condo 4-bedder, right? High com. Okay, this one is talking about lender buyer. This is a new segment, not inside your notes. Okay, so let me take a drink. Yeah, I talk too much. Let me take a drink. Because today I realized if you don't have landed listing, it's okay. In fact, there are more buyers on the ground than landed listing right now. Okay, I think most of the trainers will also agree that. So we cannot wait until we have listing, then we start our landed journey now. Okay, which I will give you landed journey. I'll give you landed listing later. But I don't have landed buyer for you. But if you have landed buyer right now, or you think that there are those thinking to buy landed, go and talk to them. Okay. But why? Why do they need to engage an agent? Why don't they just go on Property Guru or drive car on their own, see banner, go and approach the agent themselves, go and view? Why? Why not? Okay, Bessie, I let me see. I got a question. I answer first. How many percent of landed property I list sold? The last time I checked was 11%, but I think might change already. That was in 2019 figure. Okay. Okay, Bessie, may I know landed foreigner? You want to remember? Can you guys know? Yes, but he still need LDAU approval. Okay, all still need LDAU approval. Matrimonial home, Singaporean foreigner, LDAU approval. Singaporean PR still need LDAU approval. Okay, Singaporean, no need approval. Okay, but second property needs stamp duty. So coming back here, United States, no need, but you need to prove that he is, this is a matrimonial home. And there's condition to keep. That means you cannot sell the property for less than 3 years. You have to minimum keep for 5 years. Okay, this one you also need to check with LDAU and submit for approval, which is likely to be approved. Yep, United States. LINUS, yes. Okay, coming back here. This article was taken from Asian One, Asian One, that they strongly advise consumers right now in this vibrant property market to use a buyer agent to represent your interest. Okay, because it is possible that a lot of buyers get on the ground as they view more properties, they get frustrated, they get tired, they get emotional, they end up overpaying something that they don't really like, that doesn't have potential. That is why all these emotions from competing bid need to be eliminated by a strong professional. Okay, my job here to help you buyer is to help you prevent all these unnecessary emotions so that we stay focused on the right you need to buy. In fact, you don't need to pay me commission should you choose to engage me exclusively as your buyer agent to help you buy landed. And let me tell you why. Okay, when you engage me, I will help you to see what kind of renovation that is good to have and what is nice to have. Because eventually 3, 5 years, 10 years down the road, remember, art and science of valuation, the more you renovate to create value for your house, instead of something that is too personal, it will continue to add value to your home in the years to come. That is why I can advise you which property, how much renovation you need to do, and which property probably you don't need to do too much renovation, as well you can save on the cost. And in the future, 5, 10 years down the road, you never know when you want to upgrade to a bigger one. I never say they need money want to sell. I say you never know when you want to upgrade to a bigger one. By then, 5 years later, you want to sell. I help you encash at a profit. But first, I must be the one to help you choose which is the right property to buy now. Because you cannot choose on your own property and 5 years later ask me to sell. Because that wasn't the one I picked. I wouldn't know the kind of potential I can help you make. Okay, and secondly, more importantly, a lot of agents are seller agents, especially on the ground. They know how to smell urgency of buyer. And when you are always calling the agent to ask for negotiation, to view the house, agents who know that you have an urgency, they will try to get a higher price from you. Nothing wrong because they are the seller agent. But today you engage me, I'm here to help you fight a good price. That is why you need to have a professional on your side to make sure that we stay objective, be less emotional about the landed purchase, and after that, I can advise you the exit strategy 5, 10 years down the road, what to renovate. In fact, I have very good partners. I have very good partners from R&R, reputable architect company. 25 years in the industry, the owner, he himself also built his landed house, and they give lifetime warranty, by the way. Please, let me introduce them to you so that they can also be your partners in your renovation journey. Okay, okay, I pause here for a while. I hope I'm not talking too much because this is the general essence I need you all to understand to tell lender buyer to engage you. They don't believe, never mind, you send them this article. Okay, you say, so how does it work right now? Okay, so now you may ask it, okay, so Paul, I want to work with you. So how does it work right now? Very simple. You and your wife just create a group chat. Okay, listen, create a group chat. Let's search for properties together. If you have properties that you like, please put it inside the group chat. Let me take a look for you. Let me qualify the unit for you to test with the agent whether they are motivated sellers or not. From there, let me arrange the viewing for you. Everything let me do. All I need to do, you to do with me is to let's shortlist together. That's all. So you have the buyer shortlist and you do the viewing and qualification for them. And from there, you can close the deal. Okay? This is not an idea. Well, this is done already. Okay, but anyway, I really appreciate your feedback all the time. Okay, do this so that you can have a bigger market share of buyers on the ground rather than just waiting for landed owner. Because some landed owner, I tell you, they very, how do I say? Their life very long. Really, life very long. Means they don't mind to put their property in the market for 5 years, 10 years to sell. But I tell you, I want to get my super plat every month. So I need transactions every month. Okay, that is where we need to also continue to work on buyers who are urgent. Because right now the market is moving. You don't buy now, you cannot buy cheaper later. So buyers are important. Okay. Yes, keep working, keep applying. Okay, my dear friends, we are done today. So summary wise, okay, super plat, aim for your super plat. Okay, like what Kelvin Fong say. You aim for super plat, you get the double plat. You aim for plat, maybe you end up super gold. Never mind. Okay, but start from somewhere. Okay, start from somewhere. If you have not obtained your platinum yet, no problem. Here is your month, here is your chance to get your first one. Okay, if you have not even got your super gold, also no problem. This is the month where you aim for your super gold, get it, then aim for higher. Okay, with that, don't need to stress. Landed clients are very fun to be with. Some of them are very frustrating, but I learned a lot from all these landed buyers. A lot of them, they are wise men and women of age. They share with me a lot of philosophies of life, and that is what keep igniting my passion in real estate, because it's always about the people that I learn from. Yeah, I cannot be more blessed. So I came from a very interesting family background where 11 of us stay inside a 2-room HDB. Yeah, and today we have a few rooms to choose to stay. Yeah, must always be grateful to where we came from. And I strongly believe you all put your heart onto this landed journey, your rewards will show. Okay, Dylan, I'll come back to you. Let me finish up this part here. So, okay, I end. The best time was 20 years. The second best time is now. Okay, who want bonus? Raise your hand, please. I got a few more bonus segments. Give me 2-3 minutes. I got bonus segment to show you all. Then I'll give you all the bonus that you all need. Okay, those who never write me, you all can lock off already. Okay, see you all on the ground. But no kidding. Okay, this one go to my Facebook page. You all will have 4 full hours, 4 hour plus of landed seminars that I have on my Facebook page, Singapore Landed Property. Go there, add me online. Then after that, you all can use the link there to learn more about landed talks that I have. I organize a few kind of landed talks, like landed versus condo also have. I also do landed open house also have. Go there and listen at your own free time. Okay, if you all don't mind my voice. And the news bank article, I already compiled them inside for you. Okay, please do not delete them. Okay, although you all have read and write access, but I trust that you all know how to use the article. I'll send you all the link inside this group chat right now, so that you all can go and add yourself inside the Telegram later. Okay? Yes. Telegram, got. Coming. Okay. And this one, instant platinum, my dear friends, instant plat. This house is going for 5.2 million only. 5.2 million. 2% come to you, whoever finds buyer. This one, you all can go to the YouTube link. I will send you the link inside the group chat later. Go and see the YouTube link. Is about 30 minutes, 40 minutes of the presentation of this house itself. At the same time, inside, you all will also learn how to position your landed house, how to identify neighboring district, and what's the difference between brand new and rebuild. Okay? Yes, I know you're working on it. 加油. Okay? This one, I will give it to you also. And yes, okay, that's all I have. Please, thank you very much for everybody's participation. I will stop. How to stop myself? Wait, let me end this sharing first. Okay, good. I end the sharing here already. So I'm going to key in. I pin myself. You all still can see me, right? Wow, so big on my face. Ooh. Okay, right now I'm going to, oh, you got bungalow. God, everything also have. Come and find me lah. Then I give you. No, I'll give you the link right now first. Okay, one by one. Then I still got my friend's question to answer also. Okay, almost finishing. You all take the link, you all join already. Then after that, you all can go and do your work already. The most important is to, how do I say this? Most important is to apply what you learned today immediately so that you all can have result. Okay, right now I click this link inside this group chat. You all go and copy and paste and join the Telegram. Okay, inside the Telegram, I have the newspaper link that I pin it there. Then you all can go and use the newspaper article to go and build your landed slide. Build your landed presentation. If you all want to get feedback on how your landed presentation is so far, how is it like so far, where can improve, you send to me also, I can help you. Okay, and the other one is the YouTube link where you all can get your instant platinum. Okay, go out there, do some work, make some magic. Okay, next 4 months, 500,000 possible. Okay, because you are a landed champion. I tell you, landed is very fast. Landed is the fastest way to make more money. Okay, but it's not only about the money, it's also about the people that you're going to meet in the ground. Okay, with that, I end my training proper. Okay, I overrun by 6 minutes, but I really appreciate everybody's patience because I start at 2:05. Okay, so I end on time. Okay, thank you very much. I love all of you. And please feel free to talk to me if you have any landed question. If you have landed listing, you want to co-partner with me also, feel free. Okay, with that, thank you. And let me just take some minutes of Q&A from the ground. Okay. Okay, Dylan, wait, and I have to repeat the part on the 1,007. Yes, correct. You take 1,007, the land is 1,007, then you find the cheapest land value at the district, you multiply by the per square foot. That's where you get 1,003. I'm taking 1,003 as the average land value around the district. Okay, so 1,007 is the land. 1,003 PSF is the price of the cheapest land in the district. Okay, hope I answer your question, Dylan. Oh, I got bungalow. Got bungalow. Got lah. Okay, how to reach 2.95? Then you plus the age of the building. The land is 2.2. Then I multiply that by the land. The built-in is about 2,005. I use approximate because new build is about 350 per square foot. I use 200 as a matter of discount because of the age of the property. So that's why I came up with another 750,000 for the house itself. 2.2 plus 750,000. Sorry, may I know where is the Facebook link? You just click Portil lor. You find Portil, you can find it. Then you add me, then you add the Singapore landed property, correct? The other one. I Google for you lah. Then you all can just add everything also add. Wow, no listening. It's okay lah. Okay, I give you the landed page first. Here. Okay, landed page. Nobody asked about my Facebook page or my number. Nobody want my number. No, number not important because now we all got Telegram. It's okay. Okay lah, with that, I need to go office already. My agent waiting for me. They want to collect name card. Oh, you all raise hand means what? Got question ah? Oh, good. Oh, got question ah? Never mind. Let me take a few minutes to talk to you all. Then I have the 2 valuable contact. Here, yeah. I'll send you the contact here. Let me think. I'm thinking of answering your question in the Telegram. Never mind lah. I put here lah. Joyce. United Value. Here. Okay, good. Construction cost 350 conservative lah. I think it's a bit more. You can talk to the R&R people. I learn a lot from them lah. They will advise us on what's the construction cost. Because if let's say you are building bungalow, the construction cost is more expensive because of the quality that they choose. Yeah, okay, can I do value contact Facebook link? I send already. How you know my 5? Thank you for the sharing. Okay, thank you. Who write thanks, darling? No lah, huh? No. Nobody. No. Any other question? Okay, 没有了啦. Today I finished my training without aircon, very hot. But okay lah, just to at least I feel lah, at least I feel I wear a jacket lah, then I have a better energy to present you all. Okay. With that, thank you very much. So for those who want to stay in touch, please continue to stay in touch. If you happy and you see me on my Facebook, you drop me a testimonial on my Facebook page lah. Thank you. That's all. Okay, 加油 everybody. Super Plat, I see you on the stage. 500,000 by end of this year. Okay. LMA, can you take over? Thank you very much also. Thank you very much, LMA, for hosting this and letting us have this kind of environment to learn safely together. Okay, with that, I will take my leave. And for those who are still here, please stay safe. Bye-bye.